Yes. Okay. I'm near a computer. I'm just going into the office.
Okay, cool.
I was going to sit out in the sun.
Oh.
But I'll come into the... That's okay. I'm just logging into my laptop.
Okay, cool. Because I want to show you the stuff on the screen that you're going to see.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got you on my iPad.
Okay.
Is it going to work this way?
It will. Let's have a look.
What do I need to do? What do I need to log on to on my laptop here?
I've sent you a link. So if you're on that link already, aren't you?
Okay, I'm just going to go into my emails and retrieve it.
Cool.
I can see you.
You can, that's good. So you can see, well, you'll be able to see my screen then as well. Can you see the computer screen?
Hang on, it's just loading. Yes, now I can.
Okay. Okay, very good. So you can see your website up there now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I'm going to hide my picture.
So I don't need this laptop?
As long as you can see the screen.
Yeah, okay, so I can go sit out in the sun?
You go sit out in the sun. I can't believe it's sunny down there.
Okay. It's cold in here.
It's a bit cloudy up here in Sunshine Coast.
Is it? Okay, good. Now that's my website.
Cool.
That's just one hot-looking website.
It is, hey? You like that?
Absolutely. You've done a great job.
Cool, I'm glad. I'm glad. Now, what we're going to do is going to go over your website and show you how you can edit different parts of the site. And then I'm also going to show you the booking system and how that works as well.
Okay.
So I sent through some notes about the booking system.
Yes.
I don't have any notes on the website just yet, but I can create those pretty easily. As you'll see as we go through it, it's a pretty easy way to update and edit your site, and that's the reason why we selected this particular template.
Okay.
All right. So you've got these are the pages across the top of the site. This, for example, this here is what's called a page, okay?
Yes.
And you're going to be able to edit any of the pages and obviously update or change any of the images that you wish to as well, and I'll explain how that works. You have here your frequently asked questions.
Yes.
So you're going to be able to change and update the text of any of these questions or add additional questions as well. And then we're going to look at your particular courses that you've got. And these here are called posts. So they're different to pages. Pages is the full page, obviously. A post is an individual part of a page. All right. So course duration is a post. Award issue is a post as well. So in order to get into the back end of your site, I think I've sent you through the link.
Yes, you did.
So it's basically...
I received that.
Okay, so it's fitnesstofirstaid.com.au WP/login.
Yes.
You'll then put your login details there. Now I've created a password for you, but you can go and change that password whenever you like. Something that you're going to remember.
Oh, you know me well, Gavin.
So what you can do, this is the back end of the site, so will give you full control over the site, and I'll show you different aspects of that. Up the top here, it's got Howdy Sharon Niche, and we're going to...
It's very much like WordPress, is it?
It is a WordPress site.
Okay.
So you're familiar with WordPress?
Yes.
Excellent. Well, it's going to be easier then. So your username is here, and that can't be changed. But obviously down at the bottom here, you can put in a new password and change the password, and then you're going to update update the profile, so it's going to save automatically.
Mhm.
So your previous site was a WordPress site, was it?
It had a WordPress blog attached to it.
Okay, excellent. Well, that's good because this is going to be very familiar to you.
Yeah.
Now, what's that?
I'm familiar with it, but I'm not confident using it. Like I would just do a blog every now and then, but yeah, not to the extent in which you have done the website. So yeah, be thorough.
Okay, well, the idea with the WordPress is that it's very easy to use, and that's the reason why we selected it. So anybody, even yourself, can update the pages and make changes to your site. So what I've done is just clicked on Pages, and it has here the list of the different pages on the website.
Okay.
Okay, so if I want to make some changes to the home page is obviously the front page.
Yeah.
I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click Edit. And then the content's going to appear.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is compare, and I'll show you what we're doing here. I'll log into the site from the front end, and you'll see it's exactly the same. So it says here, if you're a busy personal trainer, etc., etc.
Yes.
On the back end, it's exactly the same text. Okay?
Okay.
That there is the actual video. You can't see it, but it's been inputted into your website. So if you want to change any content, it's just a matter of, highlighting the text, and we can say absolute personal best. Okay? It's like a Word document.
Yeah.
Every time you make changes, you go over here to the update button, and that's like a save button, basically.
Okay, that's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. So now we go to the front of the page. We're going to refresh the page because obviously it's not going to be there yet. So at the top, we're going to click on Refresh. And there it is, that extra word I put in there, absolute personal best. Cool?
Okay. Easy.
Yeah. Now, I'll just take that out. All right. So that's the top part of the page. Now, as we scroll down, you'll see the banner at the top of the page. Now, I wouldn't necessarily recommend you change the banners. If you want new banners, let us know and we can make those changes for you. It's just a matter of changing the text and things like that as well.
Okay.
You then have the text down here. It says, we speak your language, we deliver at your gym and studio, etc., etc. Now that is here. Okay? So you can change the text here as well.
Okay.
By just changing the words here. Now it goes further down because there's further images, view our course dates and book online, secure payments by credit card and PayPal. If I go to the front of the site, you'll see those here.
Okay.
Okay, access your pre-course workbook, member of Fitness Australia. Here it is here, sorry.
Right, yeah.
Yep, guaranteed engaging kinesthetic. So you can change the picture once again there, put up a new image. You can change the text here. This here is linked to the pre-course workbook.
Okay.
And you can create any links that you need to, and that's just simply highlighting the text, clicking on the paperclip there, and then putting the link in the top there. So that goes to the First Aid online workbook.
Okay.
All right. And then pressing update, and that will save the link to the external site. And I'll show you how you can do things to different pages of your site as well.
Okay.
All right.
That's good.
So down here is the bottom part of your site. So complete your first aid certificate with Fitness to First Aid in partnership with Alan's Training. Now what I have here are 2 links to different pages of your website. So what we're going to do now is going to put in another one which goes to the refresh a course page.
Okay.
Do you remember
yes.
that? So what we're going to do here is type in refresh a course, refresher courses perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to highlight the text, click on the link.
The link, yeah.
And now, instead of going to an external part of the site, that's where you would put it, we're going to go to another page within the website.
Okay.
And we're going to type in here, refresh a course, because this is what I call the page. And you can see it's just come up.
Yes.
There. So all I'm going to do is to click on that, and it's going to link automatically to the page. If I click add link, it's going to be there.
Okay.
You can see now that there's a difference between the size of the text. See, that's larger, that's smaller. So we can make that adjustment as well. I'm going to highlight the text, and it comes up and tells me that it's 12 point. There's 12 points. So if I highlight this text here, it's going to not say anything. So I'm just going to make that 12 point. And I might bring that up a little bit. So highlight it. Make it 12 point. Now, what do I need to do now? Go up and save it. So right up at the top of the page, click on Update. And you can see it's saving over here. Right, so we're going to go to the front of the site now. There's down here the 2 of them, but I'm going to refresh the page again. And we should see a 3rd. There it is, refresh your courses.
Great, yes.
If I click on that, I'm going to go to the...
It'll take you to the link.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, it should be the correct link. That's not the correct link, but I'll work out why that hasn't happened. Okay, so that's pretty much the page side of things. Now, what you also need to look at is the posts. So how do you update the posts? So the posts are ranked up here in categories. So if we want to change the information in, say, provide CPR, I'm going to select that category because that category is like a page, if you like.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I've got the same posts there for provide first aid. So if I go to provide CPR, if I go there now, the information about the course, target audience, prerequisite, award issue, it's all there. So for me, it would just be a matter of firstly selecting the course page it's on by the category, and then updating the actual information. So select edit, go in, and you can make the changes to that particular text.
Okay.
Okay, and that text would be changed here as well. All right.
Okay.
So now what we're going to look at is changing the prices or the other buttons on the site. So over here, when you schedule the next courses, for example. So I'm going to update that again. Do you have any courses coming up in the next week or so, 2 weeks?
Next Thursday at 9 a.m. I have first aid.
Okay. Just waiting for it to load. Right, so now I'm going to go down to here where it says price button and schedule. So I'm going to click here and it will open up. Cool. All right, so this page here provides the name of the course, the price button, the price itself, the link to the Book It system, the Book It Live system, and then you can also put in here the dates of when your next course is, put an image, update the additional courses page, etc. So what we need to do is to update which one? Provide first aid?
Yes, provide first aid.
Okay. So we're going to go click on price button and schedule. We go down to the bottom and we select edit. All right, so on the page we've got a price button. We want that. It says $140. We've got the link directly to the Book It system. And now we're going to change the next course schedule. So we're going to say what was the date, sorry?
Next Thursday, I'm just checking on my diary. Next Thursday will be the 24th of July.
Cool. All right. Do you have one after that? Do you know when your next one will be?
No.
Okay.
No. I normally do them week by week, just depending on how many students I have.
Okay. So do you want to put a time there as well?
Yeah, it's 9 a.m. start.
Okay. Let's do that. Beginning. All right. So there's our next course schedule. Now if I want to change the image there, so if I go to, where is it? First aid. So this is what we're changing here, the scheduling of courses. But if you want to change the image, you can do that as well. Nope. Sorry. 9 a.m. Thursday, 24th of July, and we're going to update it.
Okay, so I'll be doing a CPR on that day as well.
Great. All right, so I'm going to refresh the page now for Thursday course, and you'll see it down the bottom. 9 a.m. Thursday, the 24th of July.
Okay.
All right. So let's do CPR. So I select the price button schedule.
Yes.
I go down to the edit key down here.
Hang on, where are you? I've missed you. Oh, here you go. Okay. Yes.
Okay, so I put in the course name.
You pressed on CPR and
edit down the bottom, down here.
Yes.
Sorry, this one here, yeah.
Yeah,
right, so it's now given me the old course, which you did last weekend. So we're going to put a new one in. And what's the time and date of that course?
Well, that will start at 9 a.m. too. Then some students will be leaving and some will be staying for this first aid. So it'll be 9 a.m. the same date.
24th of July. Did I say 2014? I'm not sure if I did say that. Yeah, okay. And we're going to update it. Okay, so you can see them both here now. They've been edited in the back end, and if we go to the CPR page, there we have it there as well.
There it is. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Pretty straightforward.
That makes life easy.
Yeah, we try and do that. So yeah, it's just basically editing like a Word document and then making sure you save it or submit it.
Submit it. Okay. And then I can change any of those images. I can add the links as well.
Correct.
Any links that I want added. Yeah. That's good.
So if we now go to the frequently asked questions. So these are the questions that are on the site at the moment.
Okay.
All right. And someone else comes up with another question. So I'm going to click on Add FAQ. And I will ask the question, does Sharon include personal training with her first aid? And I say, if you want to. So what we're doing is creating a new question. That is basically just the question, and the answer is there, and we're now going to publish that.
I'm going to have so much fun with this.
I know. and that's the idea, is you new stuff will come up all the time, so you can add more stuff to it. All right. So now I've added that question. We're going to have a look at it from the front end. There it is at the top. Does Sharon include personal training with first aid? If you want it.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
all right.
The order of these questions does take a bit of work. Hang on, if I select reorder, what happens here?
Oh, okay. So it goes down the bottom.
It does.
Or did it shuffle them?
It's not appearing there because unless it's gone in by, it doesn't have a number there. So you know how the other ones had a number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, but it just, okay.
If I put a number 9 next to it, let's see if that's made a difference. No, it's come up at the top. So what happens? It's like the WordPress site you had. Every time you created a new post, it always went to the top.
Yeah.
You know, so because this is a new post or a new question, it's gone to the top. So then we need to make that an old post. The way I would do that is, see, I was published today's date.
Yes.
So I would just change that date to 2nd of February. So that will say to me that's the an older post, because it's an older date.
Yes. Yes. So it'll go down the bottom of the list.
Let's have a look. Hey, there he is.
Magic, look at that.
Cool. So, and to remove the question, we're just going to select it, or we can go trash. Throw it to the trash, and it's gone. But then you go, oh no,
right.
I shouldn't have done that. I can undo it as well, and you can go back to the previous thing you just did.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, that's good.
Okay. Now, what questions do you have about the site?
It's pretty straightforward, isn't it?
Yeah, it is pretty straightforward. Now, there is a key element, and that's obviously the search engine optimization. Okay, so this is where and how Google is going to find you, and it's going to relate a lot to the content that you have. When you come up for the business development workshop next month, we're going to talk a fair bit about this, and I can show you how that works on your website.
Is that about adding as saying as many times first aid on my homepage?
Look, yes and no. Yes and no. It's pretty much that, but you're not going to do that by saying first aid, first aid, first aid, first aid. That's how it used to work before. It doesn't necessarily work that way now, because a lot of the because Google sort of picked that up and said, well, that's not acceptable anymore. And so they've changed the rules, and the rules always change. So what we have here is what's called a plugin. A plugin is like an app that you use on your phone. So being a WordPress site, there are all different plugins for different things. So we had a plugin, for example, for your YouTube video. We had a plugin for your Facebook link as well. And we just put those plugins into your website and created it. One of the plugins that we have here is what's called WordPress SEO, so search engine optimization. So what I've typed in here, and you can change these, and you should change these based on what you believe each page should be worth. When someone types in fitness to first aid training, your website should come up because that's the title of the page. The page also has a description about what does that actual page talk about. And I've just put in a general text here as well. You can go in here and add more information to this at the same time. And you should do this with any of your pages on your website.
But this page isn't displayed publicly, is it?
That's correct. Nobody else can see it except basically except Google. So you can put whatever you like here in order to attract Google, and you should use keywords and things like that. So what, let me have a look at the pages. So as you see, I've put in what's called a meta description here for that particular page. If we go to frequently asked questions, there's an SEO title which is frequently asked questions fitness2firstaid.com, so it's automatically said that's going to be the title of that particular page. So if I want to add more to it, I'm going to select edit. See how there's nothing here at the moment? So what we will put in here is some information. So we would put in information like this for fitness instructors who wish to learn first aid but may have some questions. See how the text is coming up here?
Yes.
So when you do a Google search, and we'll just go here, oh sorry, jumping around a bit here, but let's, so this text here is what is called the description of that particular page. So for example, down here you've got two links to the same page, which is training.gov.au. You've got a different description there, and you've got a different description there.
How did you get so many?
It's a pretty popular site. That's what I do. That's what I work on, is finding out different parts. But that's the description. And that there is the same sort of description. That's how it would appear if that frequently asked questions to fitness to first aid page came up. So the idea is to have all of your pages have a different description and a different SEO title. You can use the SEO title that is suggested, or you can override it and put your own there. Then you put in your keywords, and as I said, we'll talk about keywords, where you can find good keywords at the business development workshop. All right, so it's no good having the same keywords as everybody else. Well, you can, but it's a lot harder because if everyone has the same keywords, there can only be one winner, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So your keywords, I imagine, would focus around fitness instructors, personal trainers doing first aid. And that's quite
Gyms. Yeah.
And that's quite unique, exactly right. Gymnasiums, personal training studios, etc. So you're in a good position, Sharon, because you really have targeted your market. Whereas someone who just does first aid courses for the public, so does everybody else. So, you know, they've got to really look at their keywords that they would use.
Yeah. They've got to know who they're targeting, don't they?
Correct, exactly. But
You've got to know where you're going.
You've nailed that already. All right. So basically that is your site in a nutshell. You can certainly add more courses if you wish to what's here. And I can, if you're interested, then I can go through that with you of how to do that. Otherwise, you know, if we change our differences, so that's the page here, our difference. So if I wanted to change some text here or add another image, would you remember how to do that?
Yes.
So I'd go to pages and then down to our difference, click edit.
Edit, yeah. And you can change the picture there.
And change the picture there. There's the first part, there's the first component. That's the heading, the first component. That's the second, and that's the third.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It's pretty much WordPress, but a little bit more, there's just more options.
Exactly. And you can go to, you know, you can go to even further extents as well. So let's now look at your booking system, which is at Book It Live.
Book It Live, yes.
Yep. All right, so we're going to log in. So I've already logged in as you, but if we log out, so it's just bookitlive.net. So you go up to the top here, click on login, and I think it's okay. Excellent. All right. So what we have is what's called a dashboard. So this is where you can get all the information. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to need to put those courses in that we updated on the website, aren't we? So I'm going to click on configuration and go to resources and services. Now you have here the courses that you have on your site.
Okay.
All right. Now if I click on, let's go to cardiopulmonary resuscitation, this is what the description is of the course, which is the information that you've provided. How long the course goes for, in the terms of the price of the course, how payment is received, maximum booking numbers, etc. So we've created a little schedule for that particular course. All right.
Yeah.
Down the bottom, we have more information about the course itself. In terms of a schedule, how that appears, is it available for public viewing? Yes, it is. And we'll just tick that particular box there as well. So what we need to do is to go into the schedule. So we go to Tools, and it's got here List Schedule. So there's no schedules at the time because the last schedule was the 12th of July. That was that course you did on the weekend.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is to add a schedule. Now, our course is going to be on the 24th. So we select that date.
Yeah.
And we're going to select the resource being Provide First Aid. The service is going to be the same one as well, Provide First Aid. The starting time is 9 a.m. and because the course is already scheduled in as going for like 5.5 hours, it automatically allocates the end time as well.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So if your course goes shorter or longer, you need to go back into the configuration of that and change that.
Change it, okay.
All right. So we're going to save it. And we're also going to add another course. So the other course we're going to do is for Thursday, we're going to do the provider CPR, select the service CPR, and select the start time of 9 o'clock. It's going to finish at 11 o'clock. So we're going to save it now. So now what you'll see is your two courses. 9 a.m. to 11, provide CPR, and this is provide first aid. So what's happened when we've saved it is we've created a link from our website here. Provide CPR. Now if I go to book now, and I say provide CPR, it automatically appears.
Okay, so I don't have to do anything in between to link them. They know if they're... Okay, cool.
It's all automatic for you. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then the student goes ahead and books.
Okay.
Now, what I found out by doing your website is in terms of the payment is done at the end of the month. So the money is paid, but the money is paid through to Book It Live, and then on the first day of the month, you receive the money back.
From Book It Live, okay.
From Book It Live, minus their particular fees. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
And look, everyone does that. I run all my PT girls pay through Easy Debit.
Yep.
And the money disappears for about 7 to 10 days, and then it reappears into my account. So who knows what they do with it?
Yeah.
Trade it.
As long as you get it at the end of the month.
And then, you know, I then print out a statement at the end of the month and just tick off that everyone's paid.
Yeah.
There's no dishonor charges, and if they do, then I just send them a message. But it normally disappears. So I'm used to that. That's the way things run when you use a booking system.
Yeah.
But now, a month's a bit harsh, isn't it?
A month is a long time, and I'm not concerned about you. I guess I'm concerned about the smaller providers who really rely on, you know, every single dollar that comes through.
Yeah.
We can do some flexible work, which doesn't mean that it goes through Book It Live, but it will go through PayPal instead.
Yeah.
Now, there's PayPal fees associated with that, and I think they're a little bit more than Book It Live.
Yeah.
But it's totally up to you. And if you want to change it, you need to let me know, because I need to update the website for that.
No, it's fine. Look, it's worth a few dollars to make it easy. And that woman that I had on Saturday, she is an extreme example.
Yes.
Oh my goodness! You know, I only sent you half of those messages. I need to do her she needed to do her CrossFit and then get a wax done after the hairdresser. I heard it all. It was she's just a nutter. Yeah. But eventually it was sorted, which is the main thing.
Cool.
But I did, you probably saw in the message, I did try and dust her a couple of times, just with, you know, oh, well, if it doesn't work, then don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We'll arrange another time, but...
Some people are pretty hard, eh? Exactly.
Well, yeah, sometimes, but she was an extreme, and I know she's extreme. But that's all good. It's all good. I'm used to dealing with people.
Good. You're very patient. That's good. All right. So let's go over now to the client section. And this can tell you here you've got you've booked in twice yourself.
I just had a look. I didn't pay anything. I just went and had a look. Yeah.
Okay. So if I click on you, you can update your own client list obviously as well. So every time someone goes in and makes a payment, Marie Bell has, you can click on her details and keep up to date or add things, etc., to it. So it's kind of like a software, like a student software as a program as well. So you can keep on top of your clients. You can SMS your clients. I think there's some charges associated with that. So if you've got your first aid course coming up, and you might want to SMS them saying, "Oh, don't forget, make sure you've done your workbook," or something like that. You can certainly SMS particular clients, and obviously that's just a matter of then selecting the people who you want to select it to and sending the message through.
Okay, that's good. I like that.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. But yeah, you can find all your clients here, and obviously you can select them on different fields as well.
Okay. Yes. Right.
Or you have other clients that you might need to add yourself. So you can put everything in here basically, which is really cool.
That's good. All right.
Okay, so there's one more thing I want to show you, which is the emails that go out. And these are the email templates. You can update any of your text that goes out. So you have a confirmation email to your client.
Yeah.
So it'll pull this information obviously from the client list, and you can make the changes necessary with that as well.
Great. This is good.
Cool.
I think I think I'd use the text message one rather than the email.
Cool. So when they make a booking and make a confirmation, you then need to send them an email saying, "Hey, great, you've made a booking. Now you might like to don't forget you need to complete your workbook prior to attending the course. You can find this information here." So you would set up an email template based on that. Set a tag.
Okay.
So the service might be, it might be the CPR course, for example, that you do. You can do one for CPR, you can do one for first aid, saying, "Hey," and you put the information here. You just put the tags in here about the person's name, when they're booked for, and maybe some additional text here to say, "And by the way, don't forget to do your first aid workbook and bring in the results." And you can send it straight away to them.
Okay, easy.
Cool.
Well, I think, it's just a matter of sitting down and having a play.
Exactly.
With both of them, with the Booklet Live and with the website.
Yeah. And if you have questions, come back to me, yeah?
I'll be having questions. Don't worry about that.
No, that's good.
Yeah,
but yeah, have a look around. It's a pretty good system.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
And if you want to change images to your site or anything like that, let me know. And we can get that side of it fixed up as well.
Yeah. Oh, the images, they're great. The ones you've chosen are good.
Cool.
Yeah, there's a couple of little things I might change. Just adding a little bit more personal training. I get a lot of inquiries through email and Facebook with PT inquiries, so I may add in the About section, I might just change a little bit of that content.
Yep.
And add some personal training information.
Cool. Well, it's your website, Sharon. You can now do with it what you like.
This is great. This is really good to have the access to it and to change it around. Yeah, it keeps it fresh too.
Exactly.
Keeps it alive. Yeah.
And
all right, that's good.
Yeah, one of the things I will say is that if you have your website, you need to keep it fresh and change the wording or update some stuff. Like your PT one would have had a few blogs, and you would have kept writing blogs and things like that as well.
It did, yeah.
Yeah. So,
but I never had access to change the content,
Okay.
Yeah, the webmaster was a bit funny about that.
Yep.
So I only really had access to the blogs, and I was never shown how, I guess, how simple it is, how you've shown me, or given the passwords or anything to get in and change things.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, this is really good.
Excellent. Well, let me know if you have more
Gav.
questions. You're welcome. What's your speaking engagement on Thursday?
It's there's about a dozen personal trainers, and it's more on it's on approaching clients and client retention and different training styles. A lot of them are still stuck in the old training methods of 3 sets of 12, and their clients aren't getting results. They're getting bored, and they're, of course, leaving that personal trainer and then leaving the gym, going somewhere else, because there's so much variety with CrossFit and things like that around now. So it's really just to give them a bit of spark and get them to get creative with their training. But on the business side of things, it's selling. So of course it goes up to your approach with people and how you approach them. A lot of personal trainers, I find, when they're talking or with their approach, they make it about themselves, and you can't do that, because personal training is very much, it's healing, and you've got to make it about them 100%.
Yep.
So it's about just shifting that focus always on the client, and listening, actively listening to what they're saying and what their needs and their wants are, and ticking all those boxes. Yeah, I've got a list. I haven't got it in front of me, Gav, but it's pretty much a package on, from the minute the client walks into the door, is looking after them like they're a customer, and helping them fulfill their needs and wants, and accountability, and working within their limitations, of course, and setting up a weekly schedule for them, so they always feel welcome, of course, to come back to the club. And they've always got something to do. So when they walk in, they're not just walking around with, standing around the water cooler. It's about which classes that they can attend, and a program, so they've got something tangible in their hand that they can say, yep, I'm doing this today.
Yeah.
It just gives them a sense of knowing where they're going, and a bit of direction when they walk in the door. So at the moment, with these 3 clubs, there's this one club owner, she's just asked me to, because I train her, the owner, and she's how it initially came up is about selling products, because they sell a supplement range there, and I just gave her a few tips on selling supplements without ramming things down people's throats, just the power of suggestion. And she liked that, so then we just spoke further about, I guess, people's skills, and some people naturally have that, and other people, they need to learn it. So it's getting all of her trainers together and her instructors, and doing like what we said, remembering names, and just the little things make a big difference. And it's it just helps. It's just another addition to the business, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
When you've got people working for you that care as much as you care, but you've got to give those people a reason to care.
Correct.
Yeah. Because no one's going to love your business as much as you do.
Exactly right.
I've had people work for me before. I've subcontracted a few personal trainers, and which is good, because now they've gone off and they work for themselves. But at that time, it's very hard to sort of stand back and see them do things, but you've got to remember that they're learning. So it's just training. It's continually being on to training and self-betterment for yourself, and as well as the people that you're teaching.
Yeah, exactly.
You've always got to be learning, hey? So that's what it's about on Thursday.
Wonderful.
So we'll be doing lots of training and things in between, and just how easy you can do one whole session. If it's just, or your client can only squat, you can do a whole session with squats. It's just changing tempo and resistance.
Yeah.
So people get caught up and they're like, I've run out of ideas, but it's so easy. Yeah. So it's just giving them the confidence to be creative.
Well done.
Yeah.
You're very
Yeah,
inspirational,
that's all.
Sharon. That's great.
Oh, thank you. You're inspirational too. I wish I could do what you do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, now you can.
I'm watching that little arrow going floating around the screen really fast, left and right, thinking, gosh, I'd love to be able to do that.
I've now given you the keys so you can make a start.
Yeah, I will. Absolutely. Thank you.
Good stuff. You're welcome.
Yeah. I need to go. I've got a client here at 1:30, so
Cool.
I need to go and put some shoes on and tie my hair up.
Yep.
So thank you very much, Gav. I really appreciate it.
That's
and thanks
okay.
to Jim, too, for helping get all this started.
Yeah, cool.
I appreciate it.
I've actually recorded this session, Sharon, so what I'm going to do is to put it up on YouTube, but just to share it with you so you can go back and go, oh, that's right, that's what I need to do here, but you might provide a bit more aid for you as well.
Great. Yeah, do that so then I can go back and have a look.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thanks, Gav.
Thanks, Sharon. You're welcome. See you soon.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.